I'm Stacey Hoppus. Joining me today is Carolyn Lavelle from Wallingford Park and Recs Department. Carolyn, thank you so much for being here today.
Thank you so much for having me.
My pleasure. So why don't you go over your titles, because you have multiple titles, and tell us a little bit about them.
I am first an assistant program specialist, and my main job is to assist the program specialist in any events, activities, and programs, and scheduling and creating the brochure.
Awesome.
And then secondly, I am also the adaptive coordinator, which means that I'm in charge of any participants that are needing programs, classes, camps that have special needs.
Wonderful. And so why don't you tell us a little bit of an overview about the adaptive programs?
Sure. So the adaptive program is probably now in its 20th year in existence, and we're the largest adaptive program as far as the Park and Recreation Department is concerned in the state. So we do have many out-of-towners coming in and joining us as well. Okay. And we provide weekly classes and as well as programs outside of Park and Rec, such as the swimming at Choate, things like that, as well as summer camps. And it's mainly to provide assistance to individuals ages 3 into early 20s with special needs such as autism, Asperger's, anything under that umbrella, just to participate here with us at the Park and Recreation Department, and also to include them into any typical activities that they also want to do.
Wonderful. And then you have some adaptive summer camps that are available this year.
Yep, we have 2 camps that we're offering. One is our inclusion camp at Moses Y Beach School here in Wallingford, as well as Mary Fritz on the other side of town. And it's our playground in town. There's probably 100 plus children in the camp, but within that setting, we have a smaller inclusion camp that is directed by a para in the school system. And underneath that umbrella, there's paid counselors and then volunteers and mentors that help the children get on with the activities of the camp.
Awesome. Why don't we talk a little bit about the instructors? I know you have 2 main instructors.
Yep.
And then your peer mentors. Tell us a little bit about that.
Yep. So we have Jody Cooney is our instructor at Moses Y. And Brenda Medina is our instructor at Yale's at Mary Fritz. And again, they will specially assist the children into the activity at hand, also be able to do some one-on-one with them if things get to be too much, just go into a quieter space. But again, also just to help them and cue them to participate in the games and anything else that's going on. Our other summer program is our adaptive camp. Our Inclusion Games Camp, and that takes place actually at the Wallingford Parks and Recreation Department in the gymnasium. And that camp consists of, I usually cut it off about 12 children, and all of those children do have special needs, and it's not included in a typical programming. It's specifically designed just for them. Just
for adaptive children. Wonderful. And then for the playground camps, the inclusion camp, what is the time frame that runs?
That is from 8:30 to 3, but we do give the families options. It can be a long day, so if they would like to choose lesser days or half days, come in early, come in later, just whatever suits their needs. If they're having a hard time that day or something like that. But they also can come full day, and they can come to both sessions as well.
Okay, and how many volunteers are at each of the schools?
I'm in the middle of continuing to recruit them right now, and I probably will end up having, with different schedules, at least 8 to 10 volunteers and mentors.
Oh, that's amazing.
At each site.
That's nice.
Yeah.
And the peer mentors are children of the same age?
Sometimes we'll do that. So if I have a 6 or 7-year-old, I will hook them up with another 6 or 7-year-old, so that their main job is to just play alongside with them, and so that the child can mirror them and mimic them in a, just a typical setting.
Meet a friend and make a buddy.
Meet a friend and make a buddy. Yeah, exactly.
That's so nice. And they have the half day and fewer day options as well.
Yep.
Okay, great.
Exactly.
And this is a drop-off program?
Yep, so at Moses Way, it's a drop-off. The parents are welcome anytime just to call or check in and see how they're doing.
Right.
They'll typically call me first at the office, and then I'll get a hold of the counselor, and we'll just let them know how things are going, as well as the summer camp. That's also drop-off in the gymnasium.
Okay.
That one is Jody Cooney and Kara Sagnelli.
Okay.
And the parents do drop off on that, but they can also stay and kind of linger around if they wanted to. We're very open with that. Even if they actually want to come into the gym, they're more than welcome.
Now, for these programs, do they need to have assessments or registration
Yep,
specifics?
so we call them, I just call it a meet and greet, and it is sort of an assessment for myself to meet them and to act as a liaison then between the instructors and the families.
Right.
And they do have to meet a couple criteria to actually be eligible for the program.
Okay.
So we go over those things and just make sure it's the right fit.
Right. Okay, and then the adaptive games camp, the one that's at the Park and Rec, that typically starts in August?
That one's in August. It's usually 2 weeks. The first week this year is going to be in the afternoon for 3 hours. The second week is going to be in the morning for 3 hours.
Okay, and the one that's at the playground, the inclusive camp, that one is most of the summer. It has a couple sessions?
Yes, it starts the week of 4th of July with a couple of days off. That first session's a little bit shorter, but the whole thing goes from that week all the way to the first week in August. And that's why I designed it so that when that camp ends, that the other one is picked up off of there. I had gotten a lot of calls in previous years from families that had that little limbo period between when camp ends and school starts, and they really wanted something, so we created this.
Keep them busy.
Yes.
And give them something to do.
Yep.
Awesome. Now, you have other programs available that you've created, adaptive karate.
Yep, we are actually going to run the adaptive karate this summer as well. It's going to be a 6-week program. It's a 45-minute class once a week.
Okay.
And it's also with instructors with special ed background.
Awesome. And then this year, you guys are starting a new dance camp / cheer camp.
Right. Yes, that's we're
tell us a
excited
little bit
about
about
that. Yep. So I also, under my title, I do run the dance program here.
Okay.
And we run the tap and ballet programs for children and kids in junior high. But this summer, as far as camps are concerned, we are running a Princess and Prince camp.
Very cute.
For 1 week. It's very cute. Sign up is going awesome. As a matter of fact, we actually have a waiting list, which is now going to enable me to open up a second week. So we'll actually be 2 weeks of camp. We're going to dedicate every day to a different princess and prince and focus the theme on that. The kids will learn tap and ballet. We'll add a little jazz in there. We'll do a little musical theater.
Very nice.
So yeah, we'll have costumes and like princess costumes and crowns and things like that.
Imaginative play.
All imaginative play, exactly.
Very nice. And that's for ages 3
That
to
one's
5?
preschool. Yes, that's 3 to 5. And then the dance and cheer camp that you mentioned is, I believe, ages 6 to 8. And within that, they'll learn cheers and dance, incorporate them both, and then at the end of the week, we will do a little display of what they've learned.
A little performance for the parents.
Well, pom-poms, everything.
Very nice, very nice. And that is 6 to 8 is
6 to 8.
called Shake It Up Stars.
Yes. And then the next age group, 9 to 11.
9 to 11. And
will be the next
that's
camp.
the Dynamic Dazzlers
Right,
camp.
exactly.
Very cool names. And then you also offer some adult dance programs.
Yep, this summer we're going to be doing the adult tap, continuing that. It's been very successful for a couple of years now. And anybody, beginner, intermediate, everyone's welcome.
Awesome. And then, so we've talked a lot about the summer camps and what's offered this summer, but the Park and Rec hosts camps or classes and programs all year long.
All through the year, yes.
And those are for adaptive children and children to adults of all ages.
All ages, exactly. Yes. So our brochure comes out 3 times a year, fall, spring, and summer. So the fall and the spring are dedicated to many, many classes and programs. Again, they usually go in about 6 to 8 week intervals, sessions, once a week with the instructors.
Yes, I know my girls have done the gymnastics
All
and
that, yeah.
the dance
Yep,
and
yep.
the mini kickers, soccer
all that,
programs. There's so many different programs
Many
available.
things, yeah.
And then you mentioned the brochures. Do those get mailed directly to?
Yeah, so they will go to all the Wallingford households, and typically the schedule will come out online about a week before the brochure actually even hits the households.
Okay.
And then
we'll post that
everybody usually
website up.
has about 3 weeks to 4 weeks to mull it over and then sign up, and they can sign up online or come to the window.
Yeah, and there is new registrations available online that's been available for a couple of months.
Yes, yep.
You can go right on the website.
They can go right online now.
And you can pay
Yes,
online.
yep.
Awesome. And then now when you go online, do you set up like a user account for your family?
Yeah, they will end up setting up themselves an account.
Okay.
And then it's a family account, so anybody underneath that, anybody in the family can sign up for whatever programs
And you
they
get
want.
notifications
Yep,
about
and then
everything.
you'll just get like a email receipt.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, we are almost out of time.
Okay.
Definitely just want to reintroduce those camps. You have the adaptive summer camp that is just for your special needs children, and that is in August.
Yes.
Okay.
And
then
here,
you,
that's at the Park and Rec itself.
and then you have your playground inclusion camp with all of the other kids that are
Yes.
at the playgrounds
Yep.
at the schools.
Yep, and anybody that has questions or just is trying to find out about it, would like to come in and just meet with me, they can call the Wallingford Rec Department and ask for me, Carolyn.
Right. And we will put the phone number and the email
Perfect.
address on the display.
Excellent.
Well, thank you so
Thank
much
you.
for being here today. It really, truly has been wonderful to hear about all the programs you've created.
Yeah, we're very excited
And-
to start another summer.
Yes, exactly. Summer's almost here.
Yeah.
Just a few more days.
Yeah, yeah.
Well, once again, I am Stacey Hoppus, and we'll see you around town.